Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. Okay, so I've been asked by several viewers if I would go ahead and check my eggs that we preserved last year. And we preserved them in lime water, which is also known as, I think they call it glassing or something like that. And so I thought, yeah, we'll go ahead and check some of them and see if there's any rotten, because I really really like to see if there's any no good. This one right here, now I'm going to put the link below of the video of me going over the whole process of putting them in the lime water, how much and how you do it. So if you go to the description box below the video, you'll see the link down there. You can go to it and you can watch it and see how we done this. So this one here is dated.
It's about 8 months.
8/31/21.
This is 11 months.
This one's 11 months. It's 5/20/21. And we're going to check both of them. Now, I'm not going to break all the eggs in here. We're just going to check a few. And I guess if there's any rotten ones in there, then we'll have to probably go through them and check.
Gag.
He'll gag, and I'll have to go through them and check, make sure.
Oh, ain't nothing stinks like a rotten egg. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be.
Sometimes you can get a hold of one, and the rest of them will be just fine. So, but the process of this and the reason that people do this is, say for instance, there's a time of year that your chickens will slow down laying or quit altogether. Or, any circumstance could happen that you got no more eggs, but you have them preserved. And these will stay good, if they stay good, for a year. I think there's some people that say longer than that. I don't know. But we're going to check ours. See if there's any rotten ones in here. So, which one you want to check first? The oldest one?
Might as well.
I'm going to bring them down here so they can really see up close when we break these eggs. Okay, we're going to check some of our eggs. And Danny's going to check the oldest ones first. And we're not going to wash these that we're checking because we're not going to eat these. If we were going to eat these after checking them, we'd wash them really good and wash the lime off of it. He's really dreading this. He's like, if this is rotten, it's going to make me sick.
So it's very important to make sure that when you keep the eggs covered with water.
Yes, and you can see these.
These here have been. That egg really feels heavy.
These have not lost any water because they've had a lid on them and they've been in the pantry in the dark.
So I'm going to break this egg. I'm going to put my hand. If it's rotten, you will know it just as I do it.
Because he's going to run outside with it real fast. That shell seems pretty stout still.
Has no smell.
No rotten smell. Now the white
is runny.
The white's runny and it's really see-through, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There's no white to it. The yellow still looks good.
It don't
Smell the
stink.
egg. Bring the plate up to your face and smell it.
I smell the shell and it don't.
What's it smell like?
Rotten egg.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm kidding you. I don't really notice much smell.
Okay.
But why? I'm surprised about this.
Yeah, it's really.
Now these are almost a year old.
Yeah, they're almost a year old, and so you see how the whites have done.
Now all of them may not do that.
No, but let's check another one. Was that a brown egg? I can't remember.
That was a brown egg. You gonna do a white egg?
Do a white egg out of the same bunch.
I don't know.
That yellow seems still firm, except for now.
I don't now, but I mean it don't have no smell to it. The white egg.
See how, yeah, that white is so runny.
I'd be curious to know what that white would do if it was trying to cook up.
I don't know. I might cook one up here in just a minute. Okay, that's out of this almost year-old batch right here. So that was 2 eggs. And, you know, I could probably do 3 or 4 more. I just hate to waste eggs. But I feel confident that, I mean, there could be one in there that's no good, I'm sure. But we're going to have to start eating on these eggs, because they're a year old, getting close to it.
This is the eggs that the daughter-in-law done. They're the oldest eggs.
Yeah, she done these, and then they moved, and she said, please take these eggs. So these are the ones from our chickens here that I done, but they're not as old.
They're 8 months.
They're 8 months. So
And they're in a crock.
they're in a dark crock. And they have been in a dark pantry all this time. I don't smell anything when you lift the lid. Do you?
Nope. I'm gonna do it in the center of the plate. For some reason that
The whites are just
the whites are runny.
and but I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook one up here in a minute, and I'm gonna wash one and cook it and see what the whites do. Maybe there's some kind of a protein or something that's broke down and it's, but you know, it's still good. I mean, if you had to eat this, it's all you had, the egg would be.
You're gonna cook one up and I'm gonna taste it.
Okay. Now I want you to do one more. Was that a white egg or a brown egg?
And that was a brown egg. All we got's brown eggs in there.
Oh yeah, that's all we got, don't we? Go ahead and do another one out of that bunch, though. Kind of get down in there and
Are you gonna cook these?
I'll cook them too, yeah. I won't waste them. But we didn't wash the eggs, so I can't. Go ahead and we'll break that one. Make sure there's not a rotten one in there.
I don't think there's gonna be no rotten. I'm gonna dig down a little deeper.
I seen somebody that was checking theirs, and after a while they found 1 or 2 that weren't no good.
How'd they know it?
Because they checked all of them.
The smell or what?
Well, when they opened their lid up, their water had a smell to it too. I don't know if it had soured. Well, see, that yellow looks really good, don't it?
It does.
It's just the white part. Okay, now that we've wasted 4 eggs, but I mean, we had to do it to see if they're any good. But now I'm going to wash a couple and we're going to cook them.
Out of each batch.
Do one out of each batch. So this one right here, the dark brown one, is from the year old. Show them the egg. They probably can't tell. Let's do a white one from that one. The white one's from the year old.
And this little brown one
is from the 8 months. Okay.
So we're going to do the 11-month-old first. Maybe. I can get it broken. Them eggs are tough.
You reckon it's that lime makes that eggshell?
I don't know, I'm really curious.
You put butter in there, and I can't already see the white now, but you can see how that white, now before it was clear, it was so clear you couldn't even see it, the white part, and I know there's a name for that, but now that it's cooking up, you can see it, and it looks fine. No, it has no smell to it. Looks good. So Danny's gonna be my taste tester.
I'm gonna be the guinea pig. Yeah, it cooks right up.
Yeah. That'd make a good egg
Now
sandwich.
then, in reality, if you done a few eggs like this for the winter time and you didn't have no eggs, you'd use them up a lot faster anyway.
Yeah.
We've been getting eggs all winter, but we kind of want to see how long they keep. Think I can flip that?
Oh,
No.
you broke it. Okay, let me get a plate. So that one cooked up pretty good. We'll try the other one. Now the 8 months old. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that egg. Looks good.
Smells like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to cook one of the 8-month-old eggs.
My grandma always taught me not to break your eggs over your bowl or your pan.
I know what.
Get eggshell in it.
Ooh.
What'd you do, bust it?
I squirted it everywhere. Then it busted.
Is it any good?
Smells fine. Pardon me. It's running. Ain't no doubt about that.
So that one, the yellow
So we're going to make scrambled egg out of it.
Did you bust the yellow or did it come out that runny?
I might have busted hitting it on the side of that. That's pretty thick.
Okay. It looks good though, and don't smell.
Made a scrambled egg right quick, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. So I think for the most part, surely most of them are good. So it worked. And there's going to be times that it doesn't work as good. But. So he's going to taste it.
So the one egg that was in there for 8 months, you notice it seemed like it was pretty runny. I thought I might have accidentally broke the yolk. But it tastes like that possibly that the lime water had penetrated the egg a little bit. It has a little bit of a lime taste to it. The other egg that's 11 months old over here on this side tastes just like an egg. Like an egg should taste.
So it's not that this egg tastes rotten.
No, it's not rotten.
But you can taste the lime. And you washed the egg good.
I washed the egg good and I smelt of the egg. I can smell it.
And smell the lime.
Just a little bit. Just a hint of it.
Maybe the bloom on the egg wasn't real good.
This was young chicken eggs too. I don't know if that makes any difference.
I don't know.
But it's not that it's awful, but just got a little bit of a
Lime taste.
little bit different.
So the proof's in the pudding, and we wanted to get some out and test it, and
It ain't rotten.
because y'all been asking about it. So, and like he said, neither one of them's rotten, but that one, he said, does.
Maybe it's my imagination because the more I eat on it, the less it tastes like
Oh,
lime.
maybe it's
But
on
I
your.
smell it. I smell it. I can smell it. You know how good I can smell.
I know you got a good.
I can
snout.
smell just a little bit.
You got a good snout on you, hound dog.
I don't taste it. I don't really taste it.
It's not on your hands or something, maybe.
Really,
Maybe it just didn't have enough bloom to keep the lime from penetrating.
there's a little bit of difference in them two eggs of smell. But that, I could eat that no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't be no problem. But you know my nose. And
So
my
they're
taste.
both eatable, and none of them's rotten. So that's a good
No,
thing.
they're not rotten.
So there you go.
I'm so full I can't eat them.
He ate a big supper, y'all.
Big,
So
big.
he was kind of dreading. Plus the fact if they'd have been rotten, he would have died.
I would know it before I taste them. I can smell it.
We've had eggs out in chicken house blow up and just be rotten. Y'all know if y'all have ever smelt that.
But
it'll make you throw up.
I don't know.
Keep smelling it. You'll keep eating it.
I'm just saying. It's a little bit different than the other one.
Okay.
But it ain't drastic.
But I'm just happy that they didn't. The top, at least the top, didn't come out rotten.
You could use that in a...
I could use it to bake with?
You could use it to bake. It wouldn't never know the difference.
Okay. Good deal.
Wouldn't know the difference.
I want to show y'all something. These are my sweet potato slips that I'm getting ready to plant out in the garden for sweet potatoes. I'm not going to do as many this year. I'm just going to do a few because I've got a lot that I canned up and I've still got some put back from last year. But these are from last year out of the garden, and they were 3 just little bitty. See, this is my finger, and you see how little this sweet potato is. I'm not going to pull them out of there, but there's 3 of them in there that are small. And them 3 small sweet potatoes has made all these slips. And you can see they got some good roots on them already. So, most of them, especially these out here, are getting ready for me to take off the sweet potato and then put them in another container with water in it to let them root. The roots you've seen here on the bottom are from the sweet potatoes, not from the plant, the slip, the sweet potato slip. This one right here, I need to get it off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that sweet potato out of there. They're pretty much stuck in there. But I can get that slip off there. I'm pretty sure. Without hurting it. So these right here, these were on the sweet potato, but they were down in the water. Where this was up out of the water, so it really doesn't have any roots started. But these 2 right here, I've already got some roots started. And I've got another one right here that I kind of need to get off there and get it started. And what you do is you just get down there to where that sweet potato, to where that slip is connected, is just a little nodule connected to the sweet potato. And that's where you want to pinch it off very carefully, just like that. And I can go ahead and take this one off. Some of these are down in there pretty good on that one sweet potato that's really down in that jar. So I have to be careful how I get it off there. But just as long as you get that nodule with it, you're good. So all I'm going to do is the ones that I take off, I'm going to stick down in here in this water and get some really good roots started. Now, do you have to do this? No. I have taken these, especially if I got a late start on them. I had taken them off the sweet potato and stuck them straight out in the dirt, and they grew. But I just feel like this gives them a pretty good start to getting some pretty good roots started. And the fact that my soil right now is still not warm enough. We're supposed to get frost again tonight. This is April the 18th, and we're supposed to get some more frost. I'm going to go through the rest of these slips and see which other ones I can manage to get off there, and stick them down in this water here and let them root. These other ones that are on top, I may just let them grow just a little bit more. So, get them going, get them ready for planting. It wasn't live. We don't do lives.
Well, it's pretty much live.
We can't do lives around here.
It's pretty much live. You got to see it as it happened, basically.
Yes. So all y'all that were interested, I hope. We wanted to do it, because we want to be honest about it. And that's just...
I don't know. This here I know it's young chicken eggs. I don't know. The next one you get out of here may not even have that. It really... The more I ate on it, the less I tasted. So, I don't know.
So, otherwise...
But my Italian nose, I can smell. I can tell you when food's done in the oven. But I would not be afraid to try it. If you was worried about having some eggs and having a shortage of eggs, I wouldn't be afraid to try it at all.
Well, I always froze my eggs. But... and this is an old way of doing it, because back when you didn't have refrigeration or freezer.
Right.
And there's also another method.
For some reason, I don't remember in my lifetime ever seeing anybody do this. I ain't saying they didn't do it.
Well.
I may have ate many of them.
And this is, they can research this. But the older people will tell you that had chickens that they never put them in the refrigerator anyways, as they gathered them up. They might have wiped the poop off or something, but they didn't even wash them. They set them on the counter. And some people say that they would could leave them up to 2 or 3 weeks on the counter and them still be good.
Well, yeah, I believe that.
Of course, back then, they raised a big family, so I'm sure they didn't have very many eggs, left over to worry about.
I can tell you that growing up, I had chickens all my life. And a lot of the chicken breeds now are different. Some of them are, some are different, and their feed's different. We didn't buy high dollar laying pellets to feed my chickens. Whenever I was young, we fed whatever grain, whatever feed. It wasn't a high protein feed. So most of the time during the winter, chickens for the most part quit laying. They would be a few months, they would quit altogether. You might have an egg occasionally. But the feed that I'm feeding these chickens out here, we got 2 to 6 eggs a day. I got 15 hens out there. And all winter, I'd get 2 to 6 eggs a day. All winter. And now I'm getting 13 to 14, a dozen a day right now. But I fed them high protein laying pellets, and I also fed them sunflower seeds and stuff like that. But they didn't completely shut down. So
well, and a lot of the reason for you feeding them like the sunflower seeds and stuff is what you're feeding them also gets to us.
Right.
For the extra omega and stuff like that.
We were feeding
to put in the egg that we eat and helps us.
We were feeding organic grain for a long time, and it got scarce for us.
It's too high, and then
it got scarce. I couldn't even get it around here local. I might have ordered online. I researched that, and no, I don't. I can't afford. I mean, that's a lot of money what they want for it online. So anyways,
it does work. Is it perfect? I'm gonna say no. It's not all. You're always. Sometimes you may find a rotten egg, and the whole thing may go rotten. Because I know I have watched so many people that do this process, and they put it down in the basement or a root cellar or something, and bucket the lid on it, and go out and bring it in. And I've seen them where when they lift that lid.
Well, I would say if you didn't make sure they stayed covered and the amount of lime, and it's all on how you probably do it, where you keep it. I think this here is a good idea, but this here seemed to work fine.
This is a fermenting jar.
Right.
Usually I have sauerkraut in this, but I've got a new big thing for that
But
now.
this is it didn't let the water evaporate, so it worked good.
And this one didn't either. I mean, look at the water that's still in there.
I know.
So it's got to be in a very dry, dark, cool place. Not cold, but cool. You don't want a lot of humidity or anything like that. So it does work. You just got to check them. That's what you got to do. So this is a good way to preserve your eggs. Because we never know when we have to go off grid, or, you know, we may have to be without electricity before you know it. But I always froze my eggs, and I'm running out of freezer space. So I'm having to really...
We've only got, I don't know how many freezers we have.
I'm having to start pulling stuff out and start canning, and so this is a good idea.
It's a good idea to sustain you through the winter. If you, in the fall of the year, you got plenty of eggs, and if my advice would be use them during the winter, you know, within 6 months or whatever, 3 months, whatever it is. I think they might even be even better. They may not be as... The white may not be.
Now, you can't use store-bought eggs.
No.
Because they have went through such a process anyways.
Right. You can't.
That's not going to work.
The protective coating that's naturally on them is not going to be there.
No, the bloom's not going to be there.
So, yeah, you need farm fresh eggs, and you need to make sure know that they haven't been really washed. It might be all right to clean them just a little. I don't know. I would prefer not to do nothing to them. If you got an egg that's a little bit dirty, use it and use your cleaner eggs. What I would do.
So if you're gathering your eggs every day, like Mr. Brown does, you can bring them in like he does, and don't wash them. Don't layer them in anything. Put them in a single layer in an egg container or whatever you got, and they should stay good right on your counter, anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks.
I would say, yeah.
I mean, they
At
wouldn't
least.
last that long here, but
At least.
he could eat eggs every day, every morning.
I do almost every morning.
And sometimes we come home at night and eat an egg sandwich, so.
At work, I make almost every day I eat eggs.
Eat eggs.
But
Eggs are good for you.
I would say if you were worried about not having eggs during the winter, this would be a very good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. So.
And I know if you use them within a few months, it's probably going to be even better. So.
And like I said, I'm going to put a link below the process of doing this. It's a quart of water to an ounce of pickling lime. The same thing you'd use just canning or whatever. So go to that link if you're interested. And there's even a few more things on there that I think I'm preserving too. So anyways, I'm fixing to show y'all my sweet potato slips and how they're doing. And I hope this was interesting to you.
Sure it was.
Sure it was. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and y'all come back and see us. Pray for everybody that's sick, got any kind of issues or anything. Still praying for everybody all over the world. And I want to thank everybody for all the gifts you've been sending us. They're so nice.
We had such a sad day today.
Yeah, we did. It was a sad day here at work for a lot of people. So we need to ask y'all for prayers for
The principal lost his youngest son today in a car accident.
Mm-hmm. It's affected everybody. So anyways, y'all pray for him and his family.
It's devastating, of course, and I know we've got subscribers that have had to deal with that. So,
and we pray for peace and strength for y'all that's had to deal with any kind of death in your family. So anyways, God bless everybody, and we'll see y'all in a couple of days.